Hello, and welcome to another Kaiju OC Profile. Today's Kaiju OC Profile is going to be on a monster that lives in the darkness of the jungles. He is a monster of great strength and power. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the monster, Electric. Yeah, we're good. Arizona here with yet another Kaiju OC Profile, and today we're going to be taking a look at Electric by Wakanda Forever 777. Yeah, we got ourselves another monster for you guys today. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. So according to here, this is some interesting tidbits. His age is 150 years old, so he's a pretty old, monster, I guess you could say. His height is at 337 meters. Okay. And then his weight is at 50,000 tons. So, yeah, honestly, when it comes down to it, his height and weight and all that, it's interesting. When it comes to height and all that, however, it is a bit too much, even for a monster with a weight of 50,000 tons. I would say to tone down the height a bit. Instead of 300, you could give him like maybe, I don't know, like around 150 at least, or 120. That is the limit I would give at least, especially for that. Like either that's pretty much what it is with that. It's just either you change the height or the weight, just so it'll be evenly matched. Because 300 meters to like 50,000 tons is like it is way off, honestly. So then we go into his abilities here. These are very generic when it comes to its naming of its abilities and all that, like electric absorption, electric release, electric beams. It's just simple sort of names I hear. Now, of course, when it comes to some of the namings of some of these abilities and all that, I obviously suggest you rename some of these abilities because they're too simplistic. They're too simple. Like for example, like electric beams. Like instead of having it electric beams, you could call it maybe electro-tactical beams or something more or less unique in its own way, I guess you could say. But you don't have to, maybe not including the word beam, or you could include ray or blast or something more or less like not as simple as just electric beams, just something more to it, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the stats here for the monster. Now, here is the backstory for Electric here. Electric comes from a different dimension where he was genetically engineered hybrid. He was a hybrid of a gorilla and a T-Rex. When he came to Earth, he looked for an uncharted island for himself. This is the entirety of its backstory. Now, okay, so a genetically engineered hybrid creature from another dimension, okay. There isn't really too much to explain. I mean, it's pretty much straight into the point, I guess you could say. It's a genetically modified hybrid monster that happens to have the aspects of a gorilla and a T-Rex. So, okay. So obviously now of course when it comes to like the little backstory here, now this is okay for the most part. It's blunt, at the same time, it's like there's still some things that need explanation, like how the hell did he come from that dimension to our dimension? How did he How did he come to this Earth to from that other Earth, and why did he went to that uncharted island, or all this sort of things? Where did he get his abilities of electricity or anything like that? And there's so much questions to be had with your monsters, there's like backstory and all that, which honestly I do suggest you you work on that, you work on the name, you work on the backstory of your monster and all that, because there's a lot of things that need to be worked on. So um that's all I could say about that. All right, so here we have the design of Electric here. Now, of course, as you could see, Electric is it's a simple design. It's a T-Rex with a gorilla body. So, I mean, there's nothing really much else to really go into other than just visually seeing it. It looks pretty plain. Just looks okay. Nothing really too eye-catching, to be honest. There's so much you could do with the design of mixing a gorilla and a T-Rex. Honestly, I would suggest to add a lot more to the design, especially with its hands and its feet and all that. I mean, obviously, um, when it comes to its design, the concept of it is interesting. A gorilla mixed with a T-Rex, that's an interesting concept. Although at the same time, it's like executing it is what makes it a bit difficult for some people. Um, Honestly, I do suggest that you add a little bit more to the design of your monster. Maybe adding a little bit more of like a different sort of take of a gorilla. Now, because keep in mind, this is a genetically modified hybrid monster creature. So obviously there would be some very misshapen like parts of the body that are like just strange and just not like out of place. Like it looks out of place. And of course, make the jaws or the make them have a larger lower jaw, and maybe give them some bigger teeth, gnarly teeth. And just overall, just those types of things you could add on its on the monster design, and also at the same time, also giving them a bit of a like feather sort of appearance, like a dinosaur with feathers. Maybe giving them that kind of design with some of its aspects and all that. I would suggest doing that. Um, Also, don't give him any freaking scars on his chest, because then that just means you're trying to be a King Kong copycat. So I would suggest just scratch that whole concept of the scars on his chest. Like, no, just no. Um, but yeah, other than that, though, your design of Electric here is okay. It's not really eye catching, but it's okay. Alright, so my final thoughts on Electric by Wakanda Forever 777. Honestly, your monster and just everything about your monster just needs a lot of work. There are a lot of things to adjust, a lot of things to rework here and there. I've already mentioned it already in the video, like maybe reworking on the design, reworking on the backstory of your monster, maybe add a little bit more to it instead of just having a simple backstory. Other than that, though, when it comes down to your monster's design, like the concept of it is an interesting concept. Although at the same time, it should be maybe reworked around a bit. But yeah, other than that, though, there isn't really much else to say about Electric. Also, another thing I totally forgot to mention in this video. I totally apologize for that. The name Electric. Yeah, I would say to come up with a different name. Electric is too simple and is way too just uninspired. What I would suggest is maybe looking up some species of gorilla and species of tyrannosaurs that you're trying to like, emulate for this creature. Maybe study on that, maybe look up on some references to namings, because electric is a very simplistic name, and just there is no originality to it at all. So I would say to change up on the name as well. um yeah, other than that though, there's nothing really much else to say. The concept is interesting, but there's a lot of things to work around for this monster. So yeah, other than that though, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have a kaiju you guys want me to do a Kaiju OC profile on, be sure to hit me up on my Instagram or my Discord. It's just those two websites where you'll find me. If you go on my about page on my channel, you'll find it. So yeah. Other than that though, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video once again. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this. See you guys in the next one. Sayonara.